You know what that is? Discipline. Selfish.
No joke. We're legitimate.
Let's fucking do this. Then do it. Do it 100%, because I'm trying to.
We recognize that we are limitless.
You gotta be a champion to become a champion, right? Winning is a habit because we create habits that lead to good execution and success.
Good evening and welcome back to the Coaches Show. This is episode number 87, presented by Major League Paintball. I'm your host, Coach Ryan Gray of Red Legion. My normal co-host, Mike Bianca, will not be joining us tonight. He's got a personal matter he's attending to. But I do have two of the most intelligent coaches out of NXL Europe who will be joining us tonight, who are not so freshly off a really fantastic finals from Paris. Coach Kevin Bredthauer from Breakout Spa and Matt Schmidt from London Attrition. These two teams went head-to-head in one of the most exciting championship matches we've seen in probably a couple of seasons. Back and forth that came down to adjustments, tempo changes, and ultimately an overtime win for Breakout Spa. This episode is brought to you by Maxed Sportswear. Get with Charles for 2026 deals and sponsorship information. BKI, where the smart players are getting smarter. If you want to be smart, join BKI at bkipaintball.com. We're going to break down the finals match from both sidelines, talk through the strategies, the momentum swings, and get the perspective straight from the coaches themselves. This is going to be a great one, so stick around. The Coaches Show starts right now. Everybody, welcome Matt Schmidt from London Attrition and Coach Kevin Bredthauer from Breakout Spa. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Good. Right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Before we jump in, on a personal note, really quickly, I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys. Our community is one of the best. Anytime we have folks dealing with challenges and going through things, I always feel like our community really steps up and helps out. For those that don't know, Dylan Rizzardo from Royal City Sea Dogs is kind of in a fight for his life right now with a battle with leukemia. I'm going to post the GoFundMe in the chat. If you guys can do anything there, obviously everything helps. And I know Dylan and his family would greatly appreciate your support. So just on a personal thing, if you can, throw a couple bucks his way. Be greatly appreciated. How we doing, boys?
It's a little bit late over here, but all good, thank you. All good.
Yeah, it's not as late for me.
So what time, Matt?
Just past 1 a.m. So
okay.
A little bit past my bedtime, you know.
Well, we thank you so much for coming on tonight. We're going to have a good time talking about your finals match. From my perspective, one of the most entertaining finals we've seen in a really long time.
Thank you. So a lot of people have said the same thing, actually. So I'm glad we gave you some entertainment.
Well, and 10 points played, right? Here in America, when we get to that last match of the tournament, a lot of times we're seeing 5-6 points maybe played with a couple, maybe 1 or 2 no points. To have 10 points played and only 1 no point, it was awesome. It was awesome, right? Like, we just haven't seen that kind of tempo, and we don't get to see it in America often unless it's my guys or Dynasty playing. Nobody really plays with that kind of tempo. So it was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you.
So SK, I'll kind of start with you. Was the mentality kind of going into not just the finals match, but to this event, because of that layout, was the goal to try to play up tempo?
I think we always. I mean, I don't think like we've played like most of our matches have been higher scoring. I think over the year. So I mean, like, and honestly, we're really close in Portugal. Lost like overtime point to Joy, who won the. That was in the semifinals, and then who did we lose? I can't remember who we lost to in London in the some. Oh, Carnage. That was different. But Carnage is a totally different animal. So
They play very slow. Yeah.
super slow. Yeah, but I mean, they won. So I mean, our match. So I mean, it obviously worked for them. So
Yeah, and for you guys, it's kind of a different tale going into this finals match. Breakout Spa this season, third place finish, fourth place finish, and of course the first place finish at the last event. You guys are kind of used to getting deep on Sunday.
yeah, I would say. I mean, we kind of expect to. I would say I would be fine with like any top four finish because I mean, like, there's always little things that can happen, and because this year we were so close in both those other matches in the semifinals, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised for us to get farther than that. Like, so like either both of those matches could have gone either way. Like, so I'm not surprised, and like at least our guys have more experience than the attrition guys as far as getting deeper on Sunday, which is a big deal. So,
And that's a really good point you bring up. Maddie, we'll kind of switch it over to you. You know, London Attrition over the last couple of seasons. So we go back to 2024. You guys were 11, 2024, you guys were a tier 4 team pretty much all season. 2023, you're pretty much a tier 5 team all season right up until the end. Kind of a different route for you guys. Seems like you guys have been getting better, sort of not just every season, but also like from the events, watching you guys play, your group is getting better. But this was a pretty big jump, even for this season where you've been 11th place, 10th place, and then jump all the way into a finals appearance. So kind of talk us through some of that.
Well, we've been, so obviously last year we had our average game time per point was about 1 minute 40 and a 46% win rate. And obviously this year we've made a conscious effort to try and learn how to play out the pocket, which is something we've always struggled to do. We would either win fast or lose fast. So obviously I've got a lot of young guys, and I think we were sometimes too eager and too keen to make moves and make bumps and force it when maybe the move wasn't there. So we've made a conscious effort, and we knew that if we were going to compete and go deep on Sundays, that we would have to be able to play the pocket and play it much better than we have been. So we have been working hard on that, and I think this sort of performance has been coming. I think we should have beaten coming at you in the Ochos in Birmingham last round. That we lost that 3-2, but we had some very contentious decisions there. So I do think it's been coming slowly but surely. So the guys have really been working hard on that,
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on kind of that tempo change too, as we kind of walk through kind of you guys' preliminary rounds leading into Sunday. We'll talk a little bit about that different style of tempo. You do have, though, you mentioned you have some young guys. You've got some vets, though, too. I mean, Jason Wheeler, Brandon Rittinghouse, then you bring in Big Tom Guest to kind of fill out the back line for you, which I thought Tom played not only for you guys, but also for Team Canada in the event before that. I thought Tom was absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jason and Brandon are obviously very important to what we do and very experienced. But then beyond that, we brought Tom Davis in this year from semi-pro. I mean, he's only been playing since 2015, back end 2016, I think. You got Harry, obviously my son, you got Rory Blizzard, who's only 21. This is only his third season at this level. So, we've got an average age of about 27 and a half. So overall, it's quite a young team with not so much experience at this level. Sal has just come back it's his first year back after a year and a half. He did his ACL when we practiced against you guys, FSU, in Birmingham 2 years ago. So he's been out for a year and a half. So it's his first season back, and he's done a fantastic job. But again, it's his second real season at this level. So it takes a while to get used to the level and the pressure of it. Yeah.
And then so
I think it's like, so a lot of times people think that adding like a Tom Guest to like Attrition would be easy. It's actually pretty hard. Like
exactly.
No, it usually is hard. So
Agreed.
like you can't just add a guy and then like it's not usually easy at all. Like but from talking to Jason and you, Matt, like it seemed like adding him was really easy.
He didn't get to time to practice because obviously Canada went deep, so he missed our practice slot on the Thursday, which was a pretty bad practice for us, and we struggled. We had to make some changes, personnel, shift some people around, and then add a couple of spots allocated for Tom Guest to play in. And we also, I managed to do a bit of homework this time. So obviously Mikey last year came and played with us, and he was sort of like, "There's Mikey Arena," put him in the team, and it was just sort of fit him in. And it, like you say, it doesn't always work, but I managed to do a bit of homework, watched every single game Tom Guest has played in NXL, and had a good chat with him. And straight away, I could tell he's a great player, and he's a great guy, very humble.
Mm-hmm.
All he wanted to do was help the group, which was very important for us. He was happy to stay with us, and everything I wanted from him. He even said straight away, he said, I don't expect to play every point. You just throw me in when you want me and go from there. So it was pretty seamless, really. So we played the first couple of points against Droogs without him, and then I slotted him in, and from there on in, it was as if he'd been playing with us for years.
Yeah, I'm glad SK made that point. That's exactly the point I was going to make, is it's not easy a lot of times, especially for one event, to bring on a pro roster, to bring a guy in and for him to slide into a role as seamlessly as it appeared that Tom Guest slid into the one he played. Like it seemed like he'd just been there all year long.
Yeah, I mean, I had to also have a good chat with my guys already, because obviously he was going to take play time away from them. And obviously where we're self-financed, players are paying to play. It's if you're on a pro team and everyone's paid or they get free paintball, you can easily say, this guy's coming in, he's taking your spot, you've practiced hard, well done, and we'll bring you in whenever. But when you're self-financed like that, you've got to make sure you've got everyone on board and they're happy to have him. Otherwise, you can cause put some noses out of joint,
Certainly creates a new challenge, right?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt. But no, everyone was on board with it. We just had to take the opportunity to learn as much off of Tom as we could, and that's what the guys hopefully have done, and we'll take that away into the off season.
So, what is that? What did we learn from Tom?
Calmness, control. His on the break shooting was bang on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's timing. Obviously, like I say, it's we're guilty of trying to push the point too early, too soon sometimes, whether that's naivety or inexperience. But just hanging in there and being calm on and off the field. We've got quite a calm Pitts anyway, but yeah, he does bring a certain level of calmness to it. That's for sure.
There is something to like allowing a game, like a point to develop before you kind of create a lot of madness. Again, with Red Legion, we want to create the madness and make the other team have to kind of absorb what we do and then try to counter it. I thought you guys did a really, really, again, we'll get into it when we get into the match, but I thought you guys did a really good job up to a certain point with your tempo. I think maybe you guys pulled it back a little too much later, which is when things kind of got out of hand a little bit. This is a really good question from Christian and within the pits. I want to bring this in really quick. Christian says, to SK's point, how much of a game changer is the American player slot on the European roster? For those teams that switch out Americans, what goes into the decision? And I think what he means by that is for those teams who bring in an American player, what goes into that decision?
Well, as I said, I mean, I had to make sure he brought something to the team that we didn't really have, and he brought a level of experience to that particular position and role that we gave him. And again, you've got to, as the guys are working hard, training hard, sometimes if you bring the wrong person in, there's wrong personality, it can have a detrimental effect to the roster. Doesn't always work. So luckily, like I say, I managed to have a bit of time to do some homework, have a really good chat with him first to make sure he was the right fit for us. Because again, you can upset the apple cart of what you've got already, and you want to add to it, not take it away, and have people, behind the scenes moaning and groaning that they're losing game time. So you've got to, make sure it's a positive fit. But yeah, there's definitely. You look at all the teams above us. Obviously, in the top 6, all of them bar lucky 15s, all bring in an American player, and Ron Holt, of course. So a lot of the top 4 all bring in American players. But again, that sometimes adds cost as well. They want the American guys want their flights paid and everything else is paid, and that just adds more cost to the other guys. So. And we've made a conscious effort after last year to try and keep everything in-house, and we wanted to do it with a UK roster. It just so happened that Tom was out there and he was free, he was cheap. So it was something we had to take a look at.
That's the best price.
Exactly.
Yeah. SK, same question to you.
So for Matt's team, it's not as big of a deal because there's no language barrier. For my team, there's a serious language barrier. At one point, there was a German guy on the team, French guy, Belgian guys. There's people that are speaking Flemish. I'm like, what? There's like 4 or 5 languages going on, so it becomes a problem. So for my team, the French guys have a hard time understanding Chris, just him, and then he doesn't understand them all the time. So Baba and Chris played close to each other at first, and then we sort of switched it. And and Chris was the reason Chris was not the before we even start this whole match is Chris was hurt. So his hamstring was hurt. So he was just being back center guy. So that's why. But there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of what Matt was saying as far as some people getting upset or whatever. So it depends on the team. Breakout's not a big deal because we only have 7 guys. So it's people are, it's okay to sit almost. So, and usually it's easier for me to decide who plays and who doesn't.
And considering the tempo you guys play at, having an extra body is not a bad thing.
No, exactly. And yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second. So Breakout Spa in the preliminaries, you guys play Gladiatori, win 5-0. You lose to Scout by 1, I believe, in overtime, 3-4. So you play 5 points, then you play 7 points. Then you play Outrage. You beat them by 1. You play 7 points again. Then you go on to play Paris Camp Carnage in a much higher tempo game than Paris Camp Carnage wanted to play. And you play 8 points in 5-8. So you guys played a significant number of points in the preliminary round. So having a few extra bodies, speaking from a guy who coaches a team that wants to play a lot of points, it's not a bad idea to have a few more bodies for sure.
Not at all, but there is a point where you have too many and then people's rhythms get messed. They're out too many points or too many people are sitting at once. And it becomes a problem. It just
for
does.
Sure. Yeah. So 8 is a good number.
I like 7 better. I think 7's better if I'm good with all 7. So yeah.
So if you have a guy who gets an injury, pulls a hamstring or something, it's nice to have that extra guy to put.
So Breakout does have a unique advantage of having the semi-pro team that we can bring people up if we absolutely needed to. We won't do it unless there's multiple injuries, but yes.
So on the other side of that, London Attrition plays Droogs. You play 7 points, so you win 6-1. Then you play Joy Division, upset Joy Division 5-0. I think I commentated that match.
Yeah.
London Attrition, or then you play Manchester Firm in a very slow match, win 3-2. Then you go on to play Austin FSU and lose that match also in a 5.2-3 loss. So significantly less points played by London Attrition going into the next round of games. Yes?
Yeah, we're averaging about 3-minute points. And we didn't want to rush it. We were a bit more methodical with it. We treated everything as Sunday from get-go. And obviously everything we were doing in the joy game. The joy game for me confirmed what we were doing was, we'd hit the nail on the head early, which is, sometimes we don't often do that. Often we don't have anyone over here we can practice with. We struggle to get anyone to practice with. So often a lot of our practices are in-house. So you find that when you go to practice on the Thursday, all of a sudden you get asked a lot more questions, different questions that you've been, your second team's been asking you, obviously. So there's we found this season, we've had a lot of adjustments to make, either the night before or the Friday night, depending on how those games go. But we managed to hit the sweet spot quite early with that, which was good.
Absolutely. And I don't think that's abnormal. I think SK can speak to this too. I know, we'll have practice where we'll play 2 teams, maybe 3 like max. And then still on Thursday, we're making adjustments, right? Yeah. Thursday night before our Friday games, we're making a few adjustments for sure.
Well, you make adjustments. Sorry, you make adjustments throughout the event anyway, don't you? There's always slight.
Yeah. Every game.
Yeah.
Every match.
Yeah.
Every match, for sure. So then, and I do want to say this too, I loved this layout. I loved it. It was really interesting how many different styles it was played, but then also the changes that kind of happened from day to day. Ron Holt Dynamite on Friday, to me, looked like they could win the tournament. I mean, they just looked absolutely unbeatable. And then on Saturday, the Lucky 15s looked like the best team in the tournament by a long shot. And then we go into Sunday, and again, Lucky 15s come out and Mercy Rule LTF in their first match on Sunday. You guys have a tight game against Ron Holt Dynamite in London Attrition, winning by 1.3-2. Breakout Spa kind of creates a statement against Scalp after losing to them in the preliminary rounds, beating them 7-2, also in a Mercy Rule win. But again, 9 points played versus the 5 that you guys played. So, and I'm going to get to this when we start breaking down the match. Breakout Spot goes into the match with you guys with like 25 to 30% more looks at the field in a tournament setting because of the number of points that they play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you guys go into the semifinal round. Attrition, you guys beat Ranger Warsaw by 1 point in a very close match. Breakout Spa beats Lucky 15 in a very close match. That was real grindy, that match. Yeah. 3-2. Yeah, that one was tough. So that
was a big deal too, because whoever won that match won the series. So that was like a first final for us, and then there was a second final.
And here's kind of where I got a little nervous for you guys, SK, is I knew that, right? And
yes, because I was super worried about this because they were ecstatic. They were cheering. I'm like, dude, we got at least second, but I'm like, we have a long, and there's a big gap too, which I'm not a big fan of, but that's just, it is what it is. And so I'm like, gosh, I was a little worried because I thought their emotions got too high. And then I was and I think it did show in the first couple points, because
I thought maybe the guys had already popped a little champagne.
No, not yet.
Maybe they had already celebrated a little early, and this match was kind of just for whatever. And I was a little nervous for you guys. I know for us during that really long break, we don't love it either.
No.
Our guys will they'll completely gear down, go away from the field, go eat, come back, and start the process all over again, going into a finals match, which I don't know that would work for every team, but for us, it works really well. So.
Well, that was the first time our guys had experienced it. So, and both our semi-final and quarter-final were overtime wins, which traditionally we're not very good at overtime. So sometimes the situation, the occasion can get to us. So I was really proud of the boys how they managed to grind those out and performing those overtime points. It was good to see,
That's huge. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was kind of the next point of where I was going to go. So SK and his group, they've kind of been deep into the Sundays. We talked about this earlier in the show. You guys now, how are you kind of managing the emotions going into this finals match?
Well, obviously, it was obviously look at the webcast. You will see us quite, we were celebrating just getting to the finals because obviously it was a big moment for us. We had, and there was a couple of big mental things so we've had a couple of really good Fridays where we won both games, and then we failed to follow that up on the Saturday. So we did the same thing in Portugal, and I think in Birmingham we did the same. So it was important for us. The first thing was to get a good Saturday following the Good Friday, which was the first thing, and then those overtime wins, which was good. And then it was a case of we're in kind of uncharted waters with a 3-hour break, which as SK says isn't always ideal. But we basically went off, got some food, geared down, and then just chilled out in the dive booth around the back, and we managed to keep everyone together. No one went wandering off either. Everyone stayed together. We had all our scout sheets obviously throughout the weekend, so we had a meeting, went through those, sort of solidified the game plan, and went from there.
Good.
We felt confident. We felt confident going into the final. To be fair, the mood was strong. Everyone was confident. The comms were great. Everyone knew their jobs, and we felt that if we continued to do our jobs and execute as we had been all weekend, we would be there or thereabouts.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. So what was the game plan going into this match for London Attrition?
Pretty much the same game plan we'd ran all weekend. I mean, we had one or two little changes we would make, but basically, obviously we'd double the orange, which is the can on the snake side. Jason would shoot for the snake runner, which he did a very good job of all weekend.
Awesome. Yeah.
We'd have Tom or Sal on the inside of the orange shooting the shallow cut on the Dorito side. We'd also have the house, which we would call house, which is the Dorito tower. He would also be shooting for the deeper cut on the Dorito side. So it was basically try and obviously just keep them narrow, try and nick a body on the break, and then try and with different success to contain them, and keep them narrow, and obviously slowly work them out.
Yeah. SK, what about you guys?
I did basically the same game plan all of Sunday. I just changed where guns aimed.
Yeah.
And that was literally that's all I did. And it was basically depending on if we thought 3 were going Dorito or 3 snake. And there was another thing the snake guy was supposed to do as well, which he didn't do as well against Attrition as he did in against Lucky's and who did we play before that? Jeez. Scalp. Yeah, Scalp, he did an awesome job. So he'd shoot back at that snake can on the inside of it, especially if there were 2 in there, because that guy had to live behind his gun. So that's the thing we did change some.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into this. We'll kind of get into point 1. And thank you to Black Red Studios. The footage is really, really good. It's fantastic for us to be able to kind of break down. Great overhead view here. So I'm going to pause it here really quick, just because you guys, Maddie, you were talking about this can. So you have Jason coming up, shooting here or inside. Right, he's either shooting the guy on the overslide or right before. You have another player on the inside here who's shooting on this cut. Yes.
Yep.
And then you have the guy going to this tower, and he's shooting the wide cut. Yes.
Yeah.
So as the tournament, and this happens at every event, right? As the tournament goes on, really the field narrows to like 7 spots on each side, right? For the most part. There might be some weird shit that occurs here and there, but for the most part, everything narrows to about 7 spots. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not a lot of trickery, is my point.
I mean, one difference we did, though, is because they very rare. I don't know if they did it all. No, I don't think they did it all in the finals. They never went past that Dorito can. So I didn't even bother shooting that way most of the time. Like Chris would shoot that way, but I wasn't really worried about a wide guy. Like, so yeah, I didn't even shoot that way. I had our tower guy shoot back so we sort of doubled that snake shot.
And why didn't you guys do this Dorito one more?
Well, that would be our variant. Would be go to there or to the corner, just to pull the guns wide. We just didn't feel we needed to. I mean, I think that Dorito cam was probably one of the hardest spots to make on the field. It was a hard spot to make.
Could be.
But we just felt confident of playing the pocket and slowly building our way up through the field, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and so at point 1, right away, you guys get a kill off the break, shoot the snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, our containment wasn't great on this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like your snake guy should have just come up and shot this until Jason gets in with him. Then Jason takes it over, and then he goes.
Yeah, I mean, that was generally the plan. Or sometimes when Jason was coming off it, we'd get our Dorito can to shoot across at that cut because you knew the guy was going to film. Especially if you shoot the snake one guy, you know he's going to film. So, and if he's not getting it from down the line there, he may think that no one's shooting it at all. So we did catch quite a few players by switching that gun over, and for him to shoot that cut. So we'd have a call for this, cash or money for either zone. We always tried to make sure we had someone shooting, the cash or the money at all times, but didn't always work.
Do you think maybe this was a little nerves here?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Yeah, again, we're in uncharted waters for ourselves, so possibly.
And is this the setup you guys were trying to be in here? The Hertz can heads up, your tower guy heads up, Snake's Eye can kind of controlling this, especially I think Tom's he's like 7'4" or something. So you can you can shoot down on all of this area, right?
I mean, he can stand up over the big bricks and shoot over the top of them. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
Sure. And then you have your Snake one guy who's also in this cross.
Yeah.
And then your second attacker in the Snake is here. I'm asking because it seems like you have a lot of guys doing the same jobs.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, that's the way we'd set up pretty much. We had pretty much everything and pretty much everything covered. So
sure. Yeah, because he's looking for this cut, right? This one and this one for this guy going across. And then he's on the kind of the outside, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's controlling.
He looks low.
Yeah,
So
I mean, he's got a good shot down on the ghetto, and if he's going in through to trying to get to the 50,
Is this the ghetto?
No, the ghetto's there, just that one behind it.
The wing.
Yeah, the wing. Yeah, that one there. Yeah,
got it. Okay.
So we were also quite confident even if you made the 50s, we could contain it because you had to outside wrap it to really do any damage, especially on the Dorito side,
Before the very beginning of this point, Chris goes across. So our thought was Chris would go which way, if they went shallow, which they did on the Dorito side, Chris went across because he was going to help Baba go down that side fast. And Mac was supposed to contain from the Dorito tower. But we had lost Adrian as well off the break, so that really hurt us there. So it was just I don't think Chris knew we lost Adrian when he went across.
I was going to ask about that. Okay.
Yeah,
because it seems like he should have gone the other way.
He should have, but he went on instinct which is what you have to do like that. It's just
Totally.
either he didn't hear it from Dylan or Dylan didn't tell him. So I don't know.
Yeah. This first one's kind of long, so we'll fast forward a little bit. Come on. Oh, YouTube. Come on. Oh, no. I'm going to pull this down while that's happening. Okay. Yeah, now we're starting to go. Man, every time I come back from Florida, I just have like this crazy sinus stuff. So again, so you have now this guy. I think he's just waiting on this, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the
Maybe
plan.
he's looking
basically.
inside here.
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
plan. If they did get to the 50, he would just sit on that because, like I say, he's got a completely wrap around the outside, and you can catch either from the tower there or from the wing. You can catch if you just sit on it. You can catch him. And we did that to Ron Holt quite a lot because Ron Holt were quite hard to contain, especially once they got past the tower or the can. The bumps up there were quite easy, so we were quite happy for him to fill that, and then we would either go and get him or shoot him out of there and let him wrap round and then shoot him, you know?
Yeah, Isaac was very, very fast over there.
Yeah, he always is.
Yes, he was very fast over there. I saw him go to the other team's Dorito a lot.
Yeah.
And you guys have Spa. You guys have a great setup here too. I mean,
It's not bad. It
you
looks worse than it is.
No.
As long as he stays alive, he's fine. Because this guy can't really kill anyone until he gets past that.
Right. Yeah, and Chris is on the Overwatch here. Like, this is a good setup.
Yeah, because so the Mac left that Dorito Tower early because he's screwed if he stays there too long because then all those snake guys can shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Chris kind of recognizing the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, we just lost. I don't know if that was Baba or Mac we lost there. Like that was we basically tied the bodies up and then gave one away right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, both, right? They both kind of walked off together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we end up in a 4-2, don't we?
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure we only had 2 for a minute. So I gave him a little bit. And then I think I blew it. Yeah.
You do. Yeah. And they do a good job, the two.
No, but it's like they're not going to win that.
No, they're hunting, but
yeah,
it's not a good situation. Not a good situation. And again, I love that this first point didn't set the tempo for the whole match, right? Like this first point was so long, and I was like, "Oh God, here we go."
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna be in this. We're gonna be in this. Like I was rewatching matches from Texas while I was in the airport this morning. I don't think I've ever fast forwarded so much.
Oh yeah,
and nobody moved. You know, like I would fast forward for a minute, and everybody's still in the same spots. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I was mindful to the guys to make sure they, tried to know what was going on before we did any, crazy moves and throw cheap deaths was what we were trying to avoid,
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, you want to be safe, but not too safe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You want to be.
Yeah.
You can take risks as long as you know the actual situation. If you lose a body and he's gone somewhere you don't know where he is, and all of a sudden you make a move and he gets, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know he was there." It's like, well, be sure of if you're not sure of the count, then don't make the move. Let's work them out first, and then, especially in that situation in the finals like that, you need to be. Throughout the weekend, that's what we were trying to achieve, is to make sure we were sure of the situation before we committed to any moves.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. Know where the bodies and the guns are before you take risk.
Yeah.
So jumping into point 2, SK, you make any adjustments here?
I'm not sure because no, I don't think so. I mean, we just lost Adrian off the break, and that kind of hurt us bad. And then Chris went too fast, but that wasn't I don't think there was any big adjustments to make. And you don't have to change just because you think it was working for us all of Sunday, so I was not really that concerned. I mean, sometimes people, I think, freak out too much, and they're like, "Oh, we lost 1 point." I'm like, "Big deal."
Yeah.
Yeah, really good containment there from London Attrition. You guys shoot Axel coming over.
Yeah, that was the Dorito can again. We switched that gun over him because we knew he was going to fill at some stage. So,
yeah. I thought Adrian did this well too all weekend.
Yeah, he didn't. He just missed. He missed. I think that snake can once or twice, and then that would have changed a lot because then he could play a lot more free on there. But I mean,
yeah, if he loses that gunfight to Tom right there.
Yeah, but he kind of needs to fight there because.
Agree.
So I think Mac shot that snake guy. I think. Or maybe Chris. I don't know who.
I believe that was Chris down the wire.
That's Chris there. So I think across the field, shot the guy going around the snake 3, or what we call the snake 3.
I thought Mac played this really well too.
He was
more active than
awesome.
the majority of the people who were playing in there.
Yeah, he played awesome.
He was just really active every point. Yeah. I felt like a lot of guys would go in there kind of like.
We went through a bunch of scenarios of what to do, if then that, with him, because he had the most decisions to make, and he wanted, he knew the stuff he could do. He just wasn't sure when to do it. So it really, that scalp game we played in the beginning really helped us, by losing it, on the Friday, because then we had to adjust everything and learn from it. So a lot of times, I think teams get freaked out by losing a match, and it's not that big of a deal. It's just if you adjust and change and fix it, it's super important to be able to know how to do that.
Yeah, and losing a preliminary game, you don't want to go into Sunday and not have been in any wars.
Yeah,
right?
yes, exactly.
It's tough. It's hard. I know Impact just did it. Won a tournament without really having a ton of pressure, if you will, and been in some weird situations. Yeah. They just on that layout they just played better than everybody else. But I always feel like we were kind of in that situation at the last event. It's tough when you don't have wars, right? When you come out of the preliminary rounds and you kind of sort of beat up on everybody, or you were able to run all your tests, right? And then you get into Sunday and you're like, I don't really know if any of this is going to work because we didn't play them against top teams, right? Yeah.
Or the other team got penalties or weird stuff happens, and you're like you're not sure what works sometimes.
Absolutely agree. This is a great question. So Maddie Shot Theory says, so what was the emotion like in the pit for Attrition? First time in the finals, we're up 2-0.
Again, before the game, I said, and I've been preaching this for the last 2 seasons, we try not to get too high. We try not to get too low. Let's just keep it cool, calm, not getting excited. There's a long, long way to go. We still had another half to go. still another. I mean, even with 2 points up at 1 minute 54, I was still, you know, I wasn't dreaming then. You know, maybe with 24 seconds left on the clock, I was a little bit. But yeah, even at 154 and 2 points up, I was still mindful that anything could happen, and it normally does at that time of game, doesn't it? Obviously, the breakout guys have got to make something happen, so they're going to start throwing the kitchen sink at you. And you know, I kept saying that as well. They're going to come from expect the unexpected, keep your head on the swivel, and just keep it tight and try and control it as it comes. You know, so yeah, we just tried to keep it nice and calm, nice and level.
Yeah, you kind of want to be as stoic as possible in those situations, right?
Yeah. But again, you know, considering it was our first time there, I think the guys handled it pretty well, you know.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, we'll see it in a bit, but you were half a minute away from a big win. Yeah. So it's important.
Yeah.
It's a good shot of very similar breakout, yeah.
Yeah, but just the only difference is Baba goes farther, I think.
Right, the Dorito one.
Yeah.
So Baptista goes Dorito one here. Yeah, and I think he did that every game, right? Oh, he goes Dorito. He
did that a lot, yes. Yeah. I mean, and he had good success, like in the Nations Cup, doing that too. So I was pretty confident that it would work.
Yeah, and this is where I felt like you guys, Breakout Spa really started to heat up, right? You guys shoot 2 off the break, took a lot more risk, really started to change the tempo right here.
Yeah, but then it still took them a long time to get out. You know, considering it was 4 minutes and you were 5 on 3.
Yeah.
You know, it took a long time to break it. It was just trying to suck as much time out of it as possible at that stage of the.
No, I thought Attrition did a great job of that. Like, they should have lost this point much earlier, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that was Jason. That was Jason and Rory in the Snake. They were playing there.
And what I was going to say, this setup is perfect.
I don't know how he lived that long in there. He should not have lived that long. Yes.
Agreed. But I mean, like he's on the outside of the spot, just not letting Baba wrap. This setup is tough. It's hard to get through this.
Yeah.
I did feel like, this guy needed to get up and make this move much earlier.
Yes, exactly.
Or he go over. There's opportunity here. I just felt like maybe they were nervous, right?
Well, there's no reason to have 3 in there. Like, the third guy's not doing anything. So
yeah.
He can't. He shoots the guy in the back of the head is all he does. So,
and I don't know why Baba goes this far.
I don't know why he did that.
It was very greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very greedy. Like, go 1, go 2. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, so we just nearly pulled it back again, didn't we?
Yeah, if they had shot Mac in there, like, we would have been in not good shape at all.
It's still 2 minutes.
It seemed like Mac didn't really know the count.
No,
right?
He didn't.
It seems like he's playing like down the Dorito side. Yeah,
because I don't think Baba knew either.
Yeah, it didn't seem like
because they don't get to see the guys walk off like as easy, right? And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this goes on for way longer than it should.
It's like almost like there's only a little bit of time left, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 9, 10 seconds. I think something silly.
Yeah, Chris finally gets up and stops it.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a lot of time. I did like the tempo change though here for you guys.
Yeah, they just took like their opportunities faster. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here he tries, but he doesn't know Jason has moved back.
Yeah.
He had such a good weekend,
he was
Yeah,
outstanding.
he had a couple of like big like down body situations that he pulled back really well.
And considering he hadn't really played since Birmingham, and he literally rocked up on the Thursday, practiced and smashed it out of the park all weekend, you know. Yeah, he's had a fantastic season.
He really was outstanding. Yeah, Chris has had enough. And then I think Max shoots Chris.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys come out really high tempo and then just kind of hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Communication, I think, was the problem there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that the field we had a few occasions like that where we didn't know the count, especially later on in this game. So sometimes it's hard to track the bodies as they come off.
Yeah, I think that's one of the benefits of going high tempo is, you know, if another team, if the team that you're playing doesn't do well in chaos, being able to create that chaos is important, right? Like if you can keep them constantly sort of out of balance and not understanding the equation, especially a team that's really good at slowing things down, putting the math together, doing the equation, and then figuring out how to beat you. If you can create chaos pretty regularly, it's you know, it's a benefit. Okay, so we're at halftime. What kind of adjustments are we talking about? SK, we'll start with you this time.
I didn't have a whole lot. I mean, I thought we kind of, we kind of screwed that. What was that? The second point up, like by going across too fast, and then we had lost the one guy on the break. So I was like, I wasn't that concerned as far as like a big adjustments. It was just individual plays, and like you said, communication. Like that last point, I was like, how did you guys not know it was kill 2 off the break? There's 3 of you on the snake side that watch people walk by.
And you shot them off the Dorito side.
Yeah,
they have to walk all the way across the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't understand that part, but I think, I mean, there wasn't a huge. I didn't need to change a whole lot. I mean, in the second half, like stuff happens that I probably should have changed earlier, but I don't know. We'll see that as we go. So,
Matt, what about you?
It was keep it going and keep doing what we were doing, really. Keep trying to shoot the wide guys, keep trying to contain them. You know, we had a couple of other plays to put into place if we needed to. But I felt quite confident again. If we kept, as long as everyone kept doing their jobs, we could keep chugging along as we were. But I was quite happy to maybe make small adjustments as we go, because obviously. Sure. I mean, their snake guy, the next point starts running deeper. It took us a while to pick up on that. But yeah, it was adjust to obviously what SK was going to do, because obviously we knew they were going to up the tempo and try, and obviously they had to make things happen, you know. So
yeah, and again, so we played 10 minutes. We got 3 points, right? At this point, I will tell you as a fan, I was like, oh God, here we go, right? And it changes pretty quick here.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
4 guys off the break, basically.
Yeah, it was a good breakout.
That was a good breakout.
It was really weird because I think Adrian's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Turn around."
It was a good breakout. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, Cake Smith agreed. Says, love this event so much. Me too. Like this layout was, whew, it was fun. It was fun. Come on. All right. So again, like SK, that's one of those like no adjustment needed. Just don't get shot off the break, right?
Yeah, not all of them. And And Baba had gotten shot, and he, like, this second half, they shoot him several times, or him or someone else several times. I tried different people, I tried different spots, like, and he didn't get shot, like, at all, like, the whole weekend. So, like, I was just like, yeah.
I think when Tom or any real tall guy is shooting those shots from a place where you haven't been shot all weekend, that like different trajectory, especially when they're shooting over a brick, like it gets down so much quicker.
We noticed that in practice on this layout because obviously Karim or Sal he's 6'4". So obviously he's a similar height to Tom Guest. So obviously we noticed the height on that shot really helped, which is why I was quite keen to put Tom in there, because obviously similar height and he was hitting it. Yeah, he was hitting it well. And I remember you afterwards, Kevin, going, I just couldn't get anywhere, couldn't go anywhere.
No, I couldn't. Like, and you shot the snake guy a couple of times, and then you shot the Dorito guys a lot. So
London Attrition won the breakouts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You guys won the breakouts.
Yeah, I think we shot one guy until the overtime point off the break.
Yeah,
you shot two. You shot two earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't know if it was on the break or just really fast, but
I think this is
one on the break, one in transition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is where we
break there.
We mucked this one up. We went up early. I don't think our Dorito guy knew what the count was, which is why he hung around in the tower for too long.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what's the point of him if you shoot the Dorito guy off the break? What's the point of him staying in that tower on that shot?
Well, he's not meant to. I mean, obviously he's meant to start progressing up the field, but he didn't realise we'd shot. We didn't realise he'd shot that side, so that's why he stayed there. Otherwise, he'd get into the wing and then straight into the 50 and straight up. Either he would do it or the guy would come round behind and use the teabag route.
Just a communication error here.
Yeah, basically.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, this is a point I had in my notes that it seemed like the tower guy just really didn't. He just didn't have the information or didn't know what to do with when he shot the guy out.
Yeah, he just didn't know till it was obviously too late that we were where we were.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, this is a solid point. And again, you're up 2. You don't really have to leave this setup.
You don't have to go anywhere.
It's a great setup.
Exactly. So I said to the guys, we're in this.
You don't have to leave this.
No. There's no need to take the risks. Yeah.
I did like that move. Kind of being out in that blind. We're using the edge of that to block out.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. It's a good move. Yeah, Chris played. He was a good snake player for you.
He played quite a bit in the UK event in the snake too, so he can do it. He couldn't do what he wanted to do because of his leg, but
right.
Yeah.
But was it Geiger that was playing his spot over there on the other side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. He did a pretty good job as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I think Tristan played point up there.
Yeah, Tristan did. He may have played 2. Yeah. Where he played in front of
He played outside once. Yeah, and then he played on the snake side later in the match.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that was Tristan when they had 3 stacked up in the snake. Tristan was in the 50.
What?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, 0.3.
Yeah. Tristan played that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice advantage we had as Tristan and Adrian both played the front spot pretty well all weekend. So I tried to switch them off as much as possible. So, and then Adrian just played a little bit better, I think, in this final match. So, but I mean, I don't know. Tristan played really well also. So,
So this is a 3-on-2. This is one of the points we should have really converted.
Yeah, you can tell he has no idea. But he shot the guy off the break. I mean, he's still really focused down. And there's
he's got
there.
the whole sides blown open. If he'd known that, then of course you shoot both snake guys at the same time, and it's just 2-on-1.
Yeah, in my notes, I have this as the turning point.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now what, Matt?
Again, if people don't,
in the pit?
Keep calm, keep doing what we're doing. It's worked all weekend. If we get the comms right, then we should be, again at that point there. If we'd had the comms right, I think we would have converted that and got that one in the bag and probably taken the game. But it's about cutting the mistakes out of that time. I think whoever makes the least amount of mistakes wins the game.
Usually.
There's no need to start throwing weird and wonderful things at it at that stage, I don't think. So I didn't feel like that. I still felt, like I say, as long as everyone was doing what they should be doing, we would be good,
Yeah, do you make like a give somebody responsibility, like, hey, if we shoot that outside Dorito guy, he needs to know right away. Say his name, let him know he's dead, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, conversely for me though, like I was just like we were down on time at this point too, so I was like, you need to take your opportunities right away, and they're going to be playing a little bit more cautiously. It's generally how teams play, so like those opportunities are easier usually.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's the problem of being ahead like that. You want to protect what you've got and not risk it. And obviously that gives the momentum sometimes to the other team. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's tough too when you guys, again, you're still shooting guys off the break. Things are still not, like, things aren't going bad, right?
No.
You had one point that was kind of a challenge, right, where you made one communication error. Yeah. Things aren't going bad.
No.
Like, it's just one thing, right?
Exactly.
1 point.
Just fix that right. Keep the comms going, and as we had been all weekend as well. The odd point here and there, the odd mistake. You're not going to start getting on people's backs for it. You got to, and trust them to keep going.
Yeah, you save that for the meeting.
Yeah,
when you're going to yell at them. Maybe you don't yell at them. This is still probably an opportunity for celebration for you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with the way it finished, obviously, I've dwelled on it for a good week or two, but yeah, look at the bigger picture. You look at the bigger picture, and it was all positive for us, really. So we just got to make sure we use take the most out of it, and take the confidence out of it. Obviously, it shows we can do it. That's the important thing. You actually know you can do it now, and it's just how long does it take us to get back there? That's the question now, and can we get back there?
I did want to note here that you guys, Breakout Spa does make an adjustment here. You guys start going 3 Dorito way instead of stacking the can and then going across.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought that made a little bit of a difference here. Not in this point.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, because of that. If he's alive, I think this point goes down.
I think it changes dramatically.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I love the tempo
side
from Baba. Yes, right, and that's why I say
and that's perfect. It's just there was no pressure from anywhere else.
Right. Yeah. If you've got that second gun on that side and still a body in the middle of the field,
and then I don't know why he went that fast. He shouldn't have done that. Like, he should have put pressure on that can and the tower, or maybe he shot the tower earlier. I don't know. But yeah, there was no reason to go try to bunker those two guys at that point.
Yeah, and Chris does a really good job here. It just looks like he gets a little bit.
Well, I think the ref gives away exactly where he is at that point.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, Jason just does a really good job here.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to a one-on-one, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. So this is, again, that's why I was saying, the number of points you guys played, and we have a no point, right? So there's a lot of points in this game.
So Jason was breaking paint, so obviously he's in two minds of, do I risk,
I like the attitude, though. I'm breaking paint. Get close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get close. Make sure you take him. If you trade, you trade. It's no point. Move on, So that was his. He's a great player with lots of experience in those situations. He'd had a few one-on-ones throughout the weekend and won them all. So, yeah.
Well, for him, like, there's 2 wins in this.
Yeah, exactly.
If he shoots the guy and wins, great. If he trades, he wins.
Yes.
Right. So it's like he's got two opportunities, 66% chance of winning.
And he's winning now too because of time.
Like, yes, exactly. Just just try and take as much time out of it as you can.
That's the only thing I wish he would have stayed at the Maya, where he could play 3-dimensionally and just be a pest. He could have lived in that thing for a really long time and just sat there. Ooh, spicy. Yeah. So no point, right?
Yeah.
So Maddie, I think they come into your pit here and you're telling your guys like, they gotta come. They gotta come.
I was just saying they're gonna come. They're gonna come from everywhere. We did switch. We did
stay on your guns.
Yeah, exactly. We did make a minor adjustment, swapping Brandon and Tom round. We shoot too early again, I think, from my notes. So, it was a good time to go 2 points up. But it's just, it's a painful watch the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I get it. But it's part of the development process, right? But still, you guys kill a guy off the break. Like, guns are still good.
Yep. Yeah, this was a
kill
good
this
point,
guy.
Really.
Yeah, right from the can, straight over.
Did you tell it? You must have told this. Yeah. Because that was. I was just hoping my guys would just slowly but surely, run, turn. That's what I kept saying as well. It was like if you're going to win the points, you can win them slowly. We're winning twice because we're taking time out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the commentators were giving SK a little bit of a hard time for this towel, but I thought it was perfect.
No, I probably tried to push it earlier. It just doesn't go fast enough. After I saw two people dead, I was like, there's no way we're going to win this point and another one.
Yeah, you're 5-on-3. You're in tough spots. Yeah, I would towel it too.
And they're up by, no.
Give yourself an opportunity to break out, potentially shoot you guys
off
the break.
I don't want to fucking tie. I want a chance to win or I'll lose all the way. I don't care if I lose 7-2 at this point. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Six 39. Ah. Apologies. I'm just fast forwarding through the break time.
Yeah.
Actually, here is where you're telling them, I gotta come. Stay on your guns.
Yeah.
Good advice.
And they shoot Bob at this point, don't they?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 4-on-4 quite early, and then we didn't control our zones at all at that point very well. But then with 26 seconds left, man, it's like, you know, you can virtually touch it, you know.
Here's where I thought you guys let off the brakes. Like, you kept on the brakes too much. Like, Jason he should have gotten out of the can earlier. Your snake eye should have advanced earlier. You got to know they're coming.
Yeah.
You do want to meet aggression with some aggression.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I think just watching that snake wire was really important. So without someone there earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are postured up well here to like absorb what's happening. Setup is good. The only thing that happens here, of course, is 3 guns go Dorito way and nobody's looking this way. Tom switches back there, but it's too late. Yeah, just some like discipline things here. And again, I think part of it is the moment too, you know. Oof. 24 seconds.
But then
all right, set this last one up. Set this last one up for us.
Well, we knew all hell was going to break loose, but we just had to shoot the, you know. I mean, if you look at
they shot a snake guy. They didn't shoot the one running farther. That's what happened, I think.
Well, we had obviously Brandon that was meant to be watching the snake broke early and had to retouch, and obviously went into the orange, into the snake side can. So we tripled that, which was obviously the first mistake. And then I think you'll notice our snake player, as he dives in, his load of felt falls apart. Basically, he had to clean it. Someone cleaned it out for him, but forgot to put the little catch down in the rush. So obviously, if you put the catch down, then obviously that doesn't fall apart and he can shoot the snake guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, either of those things don't happen. I think we've probably, you know, we may well have won it.
Yeah,
and we feel pretty good right here, though, right? Like we're going on confident. Like,
yeah, no, we're confident. But you know, 24 seconds, man. I mean, you know, game time with him running a minute and a half. Just stay on the guns. They're going to come from all angles. They're going to come running, shoot the lanes. We had pretty much everything covered. If everyone went to where they were meant to go,
right?
Yeah, yeah. It was painful, man. It was painful, to say the least.
Can I tell you, I've been setting this up the whole time that we've been watching this, and I've been talking about how many guns you have that you guys had shooting Dorito way multiple times. Like if I was coaching against you, I would run a play very similar to this, whether it was down the snake or just inside the channel where the bricks were, because it's completely open the whole game, all the time. And that's where I felt like maybe your tower guy he needed to get off the job more and go get active in the game, whether he's playing in the back of the wedge, shooting cross, or getting up into the big brick, getting out into the Dorito 3 and just being active. I felt like he was really sitting on jobs too long.
Yeah.
And it's a great lesson too for you guys, right? Like this is a great opportunity for you guys to take all of this data, take it back. Here's the things we're going to do differently. Here's where we know we failed, right? This is where the tempo shifted, right? where we needed to be a little more aggressive and a little get off the break a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he should have been shooting obviously the snake side. So, yeah.
But you guys shoot too, right? We shoot too.
Yeah, I was almost mad. I was like, you pushed the buzzer too fast.
Right, now we got to play 6 seconds.
I was like, I just saw what happened. I'm like, I don't want another bad thing to happen. So, you know.
I'm going to skip that 6 seconder.
Yeah,
Go straight to the overtime point. Because I think there's like a timeout in there too.
Yeah.
And I'll say too, like, you know, Matty, your group has to feel really confident going into this point as well. You guys have been shooting guys off the break. They really haven't shot you guys off the break much at all. I think three guys in the whole match up to now.
I don't think it's that many. I think it was one, like off the break. There were a couple of fast ones, but I think it was only one.
Well, when I say off the break, I'm talking about in that first 3 to 5 seconds. So, like, if a guy goes up shooting and then goes in transition,
I don't
and you
count
kill him.
that. I count like them running to the spot. That's what I count. So.
Yeah, I mean, we just carried on doing what we're doing. You know, we'd won the previous 2 overtimes.
Yeah.
You know, would you have changed it? I don't know. It's, you know, again.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there was nothing wrong with your game plan here. Nothing other than this might have been the point I sent the guy to the Dorito, right?
Yeah.
This might have been the point where I sent the guy to the Dorito just to like change a look. His job is basically the same from that Dorito, right? I would have probably sent him here. But again, it's hindsight.
Yeah.
Right. It's hindsight. I get to say that from my armchair.
We lose 2 on the break.
So Chris had been shooting that guy, that Dorito can guy, in all the other matches a bunch, and he just stopped shooting him except for this overtime point. So, like, yeah,
it didn't go well.
Like, this is where I'm saying don't fuck up. like this is way more stressful. So that part, like. I don't know if someone shot.
Jeez. Claudio.
Yeah.
What a match, guys. What a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, shot theory. Heartbreaking, 24 seconds left, up by 1. Agreed. Yeah, it was but you know, that's sports, man. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
It's for moments like that, right? Like, and again, like I kind of started saying this, you know, a couple points left in that match. This is still a celebratory moment for Attrition, who's, you know, going into the biggest event of the year in Europe, and kind of making a statement, right? Like, you guys have, you know, Matt, your group, we started with this, you know, you guys have been tier 4, tier 5 for kind of the last 2 seasons. Now you come into this season pretty regularly flirting with Sunday paintball. You guys 11th place at the first event. Then you make the Sunday cut, lose in the first round, and then you come into the last event. And again, you add Tom Guest, who is a great player. But one player doesn't move a team from 10th place to 2nd place. That's just not how it works, right? So there's a lot of other things that are happening there. Like, talk a little bit about the mentality shift that your team and maybe even you as a leader over the last couple of years, like what's changed for you guys that has kind of helped to elevate your group?
Again, I think we made a conscious effort. We keep talking about, going deep on Sundays and what we've got to do to compete with the top teams and playing out of the pocket and controlling games and getting good at shooting, regularly, taking bodies on the break and trying to control it, trying to stop them. It's quite simple, really, isn't it? If you can take a body and take the wide and then contain them, and then, you can start making moves. And so it's trying to keep it as simple as possible. And I do feel like it's been coming. Like I say, I do feel our performances have been much better this year. I say, our average point per time per point got a lot longer, and our win rate's gone up considerably as well. So, and converting, not throwing away your high body situations. If you can turn around a few low body situations, it all adds up, isn't it? 10% improvement here and a 10% improvement there. Or if you put that together, that's 20%, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's what we've tried to concentrate on, really. So
I love that. And
you look at Rory Blizzard in the Snake. I mean, you look at him in Birmingham compared to this event. Yeah, chalk and cheese.
Totally.
I mean, in Birmingham, he was struggling to make the Snake, let alone get productive. Although for some reason he got a lot better. He played a lot better in the Ochos game. And then you look at him this event, and I mean, he was just, it was winning all his gun battles. Harrison Fry couldn't deal with him. And I guess that's young players and inconsistencies, and it's just trying to, been on the guys to try and identify the differences we made, every little difference that we made in the build up to this event, how we went through the event, and how that compares before, so we can try and obviously change the routine a little bit to keep it consistent.
Yeah, and slowing things down definitely helps those young guys, right? Yeah. Like it helps them to process the things that are going on. They don't have to do it so quickly. Yeah, giving them an opportunity to kind of breathe and process is a big deal. It's important.
Yeah. And I don't think it was me trying to tell them to get going. It just, they felt they needed to, especially in the early days, they just make some silly moves at the wrong time. Okay, it's the right move, but it's probably 30 seconds, a minute too early. Don't be afraid just to sit there and contain them and, roll the guns, shoot the lanes, talk, work it out, and then go finish it, So we made a conscious effort to try and do that this year, and I think it's paid off.
Yeah. So what are expectations now? So off season obviously has begun for you guys. What's expectations for 2026?
Continue the development, really. We're obviously up into tier 2 now. I mean, the target was top 10 to finish in the top 10 this year. I felt we should have done it last year. We were 10th going into the Paris event. Obviously we went down to 6 bodies, which was quite hard for the to run an event. So obviously we didn't quite make it. But this year, yeah, top 10. Next year, I mean, if we continue the same trajectory as last year, this year, then we'll be winning the series. But no, I mean, seriously, if we can maintain top 8, top 6, I think from now on in, it's small marginal gains. Out of all the teams above us, apart from Breakout, all the ones we've played, we've beaten. We've beaten Joy, we've beaten Runholt twice, we've beaten Ranger. We didn't play LTF or 15s all season, but so we've taken some big scalps this year, which is again in our development, and a lot of it's mental, which is why I was quite keen to revisit the lady you had on the coaches show, the sports psychologist. I'm going to revisit that, and I was really planning on doing that before this event to try and get some material to read up and try and how to utilize some of that, but I think this gives us more material to work with, really, to try and identify the difference in mindset and feelings that the guys had and try and replicate that going forward next year. But again, success brings another element of pressure, doesn't it? Do the guys, hopefully they'll embrace it and we'll grow and develop, but you hope it doesn't burden them.
I mean, it's I think it's all in how you manage it.
Yeah.
Right. You keep your goals reasonable, attainable, right? But at benchmark height, right? Where it's not, hey, we're going to win the series, right? But it's also not, we're no longer comfortable with 10th place, right?
Yeah.
Like we need to be, I think being a tier 2 team all season is a really good goal. Those top 5 teams in Europe are really good. They're good.
They're
right?
also super experienced. Like that's the thing that Attrition is probably missing as a whole team, especially together. Like that's the thing they are missing. That it takes time to gain that. And I mean, this is their first big step to get there.
Yeah, I remember being obviously a player on Shockwave, and you had to learn to navigate semis and finals, and you get one stage further and then you make another mistake and then you go back next time and you get another stage and you learn how to navigate these situations, and it's just as much as that as it is playing the actual game. Taking those next steps. So yeah, we've taken those steps now, so we need to build on that. And just maintain where we are and keep pushing the boundaries a little bit further each time,
Yeah, and understanding like how to manage the emotions of it all, when to like ramp it up, when to make sure it's not too much. SK kind of mentioned that, the guys knew they won the series. Let's not get too high here, right? Yeah. Let's keep some gas in the tank for this game we're about to go play. So
I think there's some other things too, like it'll now be Attrition will get an easier bracket. Like as you get, like they were in really tough brackets. Like it's hard to dig out. Like I've always thought the first event of the season for like in the US is so important because if you screw up there, you get put in a hard bracket the whole year. And in Europe, it's less events, so there's less chances for mistakes. But being out of those bottom 2 tiers at least like helps tremendous. Just makes it easier on yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, with the first year we ended up with 15s and tauntauns regularly in our group, and it's you're like, God, give me a break. Yeah. So yeah, like you say, digging yourself out of there and getting up those tiers is a big benefit. So
I was there. I was in those pools.
Yeah.
I was there. It was fun.
Yeah.
So SK, last question, and then we'll let everybody get out of here. Let Matt go to bed. So Breakout Spa coming to America. They're getting the pass into the championship round. Right. You're obviously coaching Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah.
Chris Shear is obviously playing with Tampa Bay Damage. What's the expectation for the team? Like, where do you see those guys? Like, how do you see them doing at the World Cup against the Americans?
I don't know. Well, because obviously those first matches don't really count. So what I'm more interested is their first match on Sunday, I guess. Mm-hmm. So depending on who they're matched up with, they have talent. Like it's just they don't have a lot of matches against American teams. Like some of the players have played like here or there. Like I know Mac played a little bit. And then Tristan and Baba have played too.
Adrian
played a lot. Baba played a lot.
Yeah. I mean, and they like Adrian. That's another thing. Adrian and Baba won both. They both played on the French team and won that and this. So like confidence-wise for them too, it's really good. And I know they're going to bring a couple other people. I'm not sure exactly. I know they're bringing like at least one scalps guy. So so they do need a little depth, obviously, without Chris. And if it's hot in Florida, like you just can't run. You need more than 7 guys.
When is it not hot in Florida?
But I don't know. It's in November.
Bro, I was just there. It was 100 degrees on Wednesday.
My shoes melted at the last practice in Florida. So like literally into pieces. So.
We finished training on Sunday, and I was like, I'm going to go to the car. This is stupid.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Like, I don't know how you guys do that. I sent Joey a message and I was like, what the hell is going on with your weather here? I don't understand. No. Like it's, 83 degrees here today. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right, guys. Thank you both so much for joining us. Thank all of you for joining us tonight on the Coaches Show. Thank you to Black Red Studios. And again, I'm going to throw this up one more time. If you guys have an opportunity, Dylan Rizzardo of Royal City Sea Dogs is, fighting leukemia right now. If you have an opportunity to go jump on this GoFundMe and help out if you can, it'd be much appreciated. Our community is built on one another, and anytime we have somebody that needs us, we need to be there for them. So if you can, right. So thank you to Major League Paintball Plus, Tom Cole, Kevin Fillers, Darren Sesna. Thank you again for everybody for joining us on episode 87 of the Coaches Show. For Matt Schmidt, Kevin Bredthauer, I'm Ryan Gray. As always, be responsible.
Thank you.
All right.